guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be giving you some tips to stop you guys getting stressed and just to remain a little bit healthy whilst you're in that kind of revision period. And you know, I'm currently in year 12. I've got mini topic tests coming up, and then I have my fairly big internal exams in June, and so revision for me is it's meant to be quite high. It's over here right now, and I know for lots of you guys, you may be doing your year 12 exams, year 13 exams, maybe your GCSEs. You know, everyone I feel like right now is a little bit stressed, whether you're doing mocks or small exams or whatever. And so I was like, you know what, let's help you out. And I came up with some tips that should hopefully help you guys out. And these are things that I also want to try doing. I should do this. It's gonna help me. But I never really get around to doing it. So hopefully me making this video will make me want to do them. So when I talk about sort of getting stressed and being healthy whilst revising, for me there are kind of two ways of looking at this: your physical health and your mental health. And I think lots of times we just look at the physical health side of things. Are you eating your 5 a day? Are you doing an hour of exercise every day? And all this kind of stuff. But I think especially in situations like this, mental health is so important, because you know, we all know how stressed we get and how worried we get over this kind of period of time. And so for me, those kind of two things, they are very, very important. You need to look after them. And you know, there's no point working super duper hard and, you know, kind of, I don't know, how do I say it, just secluding yourself from everyone and just work all day and hope to get their amazing grades, because that's not going to happen. You need to focus on these two things. So a few tips on sort of your physical health, and this is something I'm going to try and start doing. One of them, I suppose, is just doing a little walk now and then. Something that I want to start doing is walking to the bus stop, and I do walk to the bus stop, and that walk is about 10 minutes in the morning, which is quite a long walk for my nearest bus stop, if you think about it. But what I'm planning to try and do, and I've been saying this for the last month or something, is to walk it's probably about a 20-minute walk and then get the bus. I mean, 20 minutes sounds not that bad, but then when it's 8 a.m, do I really want to be walking for 20 minutes? But then now it's still cold, but not really that cold, so I can technically do it. And what I find, a walk in the morning is just so refreshing. And it's just the thought of it is a lot worse than the actual process, the actual thing itself. You know, before when I'm oh, I have to walk there and all of that, and it's gonna be freezing, or I could just get out of the house later and get the bus. But for me, the way that I see it is when I'm walking, I feel better because it's nice to just be out in the air, and then you also feel better about yourself. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I do something fairly healthy, whether that's exercise or eating healthy, I always feel a little bit yeah, go me kind of thing. And I think that's sort of a way to get motivated for the rest of your day. And yeah, so definitely do that. I think if you want to do a walk during the evening, you know, I know it is quite dark outside, but maybe between 4 to 5, 5 to 6, it isn't that dark then. Just do something just have something to kind of get your mind off it. And it also it's better than being stuck at home for hours and hours on the laptop. It's not very good for you, I won't lie, just spending hours and hours typing or writing out notes. You know, you need to get active. It's good for you, and you know, it's good for your mind and your body. That's the way I see it. Number 2, breakfast. I feel breakfast is way more important when it comes to revision. It's important anyway, of course, it's the most important meal of the day. But then when it comes to revision, and when it comes especially to exams, breakfast is so important. I know when I miss breakfast in the morning, and that happens so often, it's not even I miss it, it's usually because I'm lazy. Or sometimes in the morning I'm do I really want to have toast? And cornflakes is just too much effort to make kind of thing. Then I would just leave the house and get my bus kind of thing. But what happens then is I get home, and then after about I get to school even, and after 20-30 minutes, my tummy starts to rumble, and then I can't concentrate, and you're in that awkwardness where you're trying to hide the rumbles, and you're not concentrating on what the teacher's saying, or exercise you're doing, you're kind of like, oh, let's try and hide this noise, and it's very distracting and you're not really working to your full potential. And so for me, what I've recently been trying to do when it comes to breakfast is two very quick options. And I know for lots of, like, when I look for things like this online, they always come up really, really extravagant breakfasts. And I'm like, I, A, don't have the energy for that in the morning, and B, don't have the time for that. So two super duper simple things. Number one, porridge. And some of you are going to be like, Manisha, are you a 60-year-old woman? No, I am not. But porridge is super helpful. Like, my mum made me some this morning and I was like, this is actually really quick and it tastes quite good and it's filling. Tick, tick, tick. It's really helpful. You can get these little kind of sachets of porridge that you literally, you put that in the bowl and then you fill up the sachet itself to the dotted line with milk. So that's like a good kind of like amount to use. Put that in the bowl, put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, whatever, I can't remember. Take it out, and it already has like added little bits of sugar, so it's quite sweet. If you want to add your honey and bananas, you do you kind of thing. And it's super yummy, and it's super quick, and it's filling. It's really simple, so I'm going to try and do that more often. Even if you don't like, sometimes I find it so much effort to get a bowl out, I just use a mug. And I don't know, there's something about using a mug that makes things seem quicker. Or the second thing, scrambled eggs. This is something I've been eating a hell of a lot. For me, what I find with scrambled eggs is like one egg is not going to get you anywhere. I need at least 2 or 3 eggs in the morning, otherwise there's no point. Otherwise you get like a tiny portion. I want a big portion, like a fairly big portion. And yeah, scrambled eggs in the morning, super duper easy. Crack them in, a little bit of milk, bit of pepper and salt, cheese if you're feeling interesting. And yeah, you're pretty much good to go. If you want to have some toast with it, you do that. But that literally, if I have about 5-6 minutes, I will do scrambled eggs. And I've been doing that a lot recently. And it's so helpful because you don't get the awkward, like, rumbling tummy half an hour later. So definitely breakfast, porridge or scrambled eggs or any other thing that you can think of. If you have any sort of suggestions on what kind of breakfast things that you're like, this is really good, you should do it, do let me know in the comments down below. And my final tip is snacks. So still on the food line, because I feel like food is quite good when it comes to like health. For me, I know when it comes to revision, I snack a lot. Like I snack a fair amount usually, but when it comes to revision, I don't know, my mind is just like, I want carbs, I want crisps and biscuits, I just want to stuff my face. And you get that kind of like, it means that you're kind of just, I don't, like, it's just not really, I feel like my brain kind of switches off, especially because snacks, I tend to eat that kind of stuff when I'm like in a chill mood, like when I'm watching a movie or like really just like really casual. So I feel like my brain automatically switches off and it's just like, yeah, I'm loving this food kind of thing. And then you just don't feel as great. Like when I finished a massive packet of crisps, I'm like, well, go me, there's my, you know, you don't feel too great, right? And so a couple of snacks that I feel are really, really simple. Number one, granola bars or cereal bars. You can buy these or you can make your own, and you're probably like, who's ever gonna make their own? Well, I brought the recipes to make my own last weekend, so I shall be trying to make my own sometime soon. I will, I promise I will. And it takes like half an hour to make. You just set them for like overnight and they're done. They're super easy. You know exactly what's gone into them. But even if you buy granola bars, even still, healthy, filling, and good. Number two, also apple and peanut butter. This is such a good combo. Why did nobody tell me this before? I've like, even to school as well, I just take an apple, chop it up, super duper simple. And then if you want to be like, oh, well, apple is a bit boring and you like peanut butter, you can take like a little tub of peanut butter, or, and this is like online, it says like you can like kind of smear the peanut butter on each individual apple slice. That just doesn't work. Peanut butter is not particularly smooth for me, so I just kind of get a pot and lots of apple slices, do a biology question, make some notes. It's a great method, it's a great thing. And so yeah, those are all my sort of tips looking at your physical health. And then now it's looking up here at your mental health, which is so, so important. Like, I can't stress how important this is when it comes to revision, when it comes to exams. You know, I feel like nowadays, and I say nowadays, it's probably been like this forever, but I know especially with us guys, like teenagers, like when it comes to exams, we get ridiculously stressed. We get really bad, you know, like high levels of anxiety and depression, and that's just because there's just a lot of weight on us and a lot of pressure. And I think this happens to me, this happens to lots of my friends. When it comes to those times, it kicks in, and it's a really sucky feeling. It's not nice at all. And I think because there's that idea of failure and that idea of disappointment, and we really don't want that to happen. And so we mount so much pressure on ourselves, and that's not good. Don't do that. You know, it's so easy to, I know, like, it feels like failing an exam is the end of the world. And I'm not going to say don't do well in your exams, whatever you get, it doesn't matter. Still, you know, try and do your best, but don't forget to look after yourself. I think that's what it is. Don't forget that, you know, just don't work yourself too hard. Don't burn yourself out, because I've seen that happen to lots and lots of my friends. And by burn yourself out, I mean it's just like, imagine a light bulb and you've just kept that switched on for like a really, really long time. That filament is not going to stay like that forever. You know, just be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, give yourself those breaks that you need. It's really, really important. Otherwise you are going to get stressed. And, you know, talk to your friends. You just need, if you don't want to talk about exams, don't talk about exams. Talk about movies. Talk about anything you like. You know, just don't stress yourself out. And I don't know, just don't get so worried. It's really natural to get worried. I think that's sort of that thing where if you prepare in advance and if you put in all your effort, then hopefully you shouldn't get as worried as you are. And yeah, and what else? I've literally just written on my phone under mental. I was just like, chill out, exclamation mark, because that's what it is. You got to make sure you have some me time, whether that means, for me, me time means baking, it means filming videos, that kind of thing is me time, or watching YouTube videos. For some people, me time is like a long, you know, long bath, or like for some people it's like working out. You know, people have different kinds of me time. Whatever your me time is, make sure you have it. Make sure you have plenty of it. You know, do not let yourself get stressed out over exams. It's not worth it, okay? Try your best and prepare for it, and you shouldn't, hopefully, get so stressed out and worried, okay? Yeah, so those are kind of my tips and like advice for not getting stressed out over a revision period. And yeah, from tomorrow, you're gonna see me with my porridge, and you're gonna see me trying to walk to the bus stop and do that walk every morning. And yeah, and I will make those granola bars, I will. Yeah, if you have any other helpful tips looking at your physical health or your mental health, do comment them down below. Feel free to give this video a like or a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to the Student Room's channel for really cool content from me and lots of other people. And don't forget, I have my own YouTube channel, Bit of a Fangirl, where I post lots of different random videos. And if you do want to know a bit more about me, feel free to follow my Twitter, which is @_ManishaP, or my Instagram @BitOfAFangirl. Yep. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that this video is helpful to you. And best of luck with all your exams. Bye!